Hare Krishna, Har Har Mahadev. This video is a very responsible video on Mangal Rahu conjunction, which is happening presently. You'll see a lot of videos around the world on the YouTube. There's a lot of panic, chaos, mental turmoils. And I'm going to reveal what exactly is going to happen with all the 12 lagnas and all the 12 rashis. I will share my screen, show you the software, and also explain you what happens when Mars crosses or any malefic planet crosses the degree of the eclipse. Because as you know that there was a Surya Grahan, a sun eclipse, and then any malefic planet crossing that ecliptical degree or eclipse degree, I'm sorry, and then getting conjuncted with Rahu, especially Mars making an Angarak yoga, is what we are going to discuss today. You see, Mars is bouncing back ability. Mars at times is that, something which is not very channelized energy. It's unchanneled energy. Mars is something which doesn't like to be corrected. All he knows is to go forward, doesn't look behind much. And Mars and Rahu conjunction is equal to one word. And I'll repeat this word several times, is equal to regret. Tell me, what do we regret of? All those, you know, bad, drastic words that we have said to someone, all that physical abuse at times we do, all those impulsive decisions that we have taken in our life, all those impulsive investments that we do, that's when Mars gets a lot of air from Rahu and we do these things and we regret. This is exactly Mars Rahu conjunction is equal to huge regret of these 34, 35 days. I'm going to give you very important dates here. First of all, this combination started with entrance of Mars in Aquarius on Feb 23rd. But as we move on, around 1st and 2nd of March, Mars is going to be around 4 degrees and 42 minutes or 50 minutes. That is the time that degree where the eclipse has happened is going to be activated. So what was the problem with the eclipse? You can see the video. I've done that video. It's there on the channel. You see, that is the time you have to be very careful with government issues. That is the time you have to be very, very careful because that is the time when you get that maximum effect of the Graha. On the same time, another important dates are around 6th of March to 18th, 19th of March. Around 12th or 13th of March, Mars and Rahu will be on the exact conjunction. They'll be overlapping each other. Mars will be crossing Rahu. And that is the time of the peak of the Angarak Yoga. Now, this is like a blast of energy, I must tell you. But on the same time, it has some positives as well as negatives. If you were feeling so low from almost 1.5 months, this is the time when you will start feeling powerful. Because wherever Rahu sits, it's like a catalyst. It's going to enhance the energy, and even Rahu is going to behave like Mars. And Aquarius is a very, very favorable or favorite position of Rahu as well as Mars. Don't think that Mars doesn't feel good here. No, even if it is not a positive sign for Mars, but he feels very good. He wants to show his medals and he wants to show his stars. that he's earned from Capricorn in Aquarius. That's the power of Mars in Aquarius. And whenever any such combination is going to happen, it is Mother Nature who is going to help us. And Mother Nature is going to help us with the Navratris that are going to follow in the month of March. Beginning from 19th of March to 27th of March, ladies and gentlemen, we have those powerful 9 days of Durga. All you have to do in this conjunction is to be doing certain things for which you don't regret. Keep your mind peaceful. You'll have many fights at home. I've seen children who are patient of autism or autistic children, or people who have OCDs, people who have moon afflicted, people who have Rahu Mahadasha, people who have Mars Mahadasha, Rahu Antardasha, Mars Antardasha, Aries and Scorpio Lagnas and Rashis, Aquarius and Virgo Lagnas and Rashis. These are the people who are and will be suffering. But when? How? When you are not able to control your mind, when you are not able to control your anger, when you're not able to control your impulse. And that will lead to a how effect that's gonna ruin your communication, your personal life, your relationships, wrong property dealing, decisions, impulsive decisions to sack someone from the company, or you resign from a company. There could be disputes within your married life, with your in-laws, at home, with your siblings. All depend upon what lagna or what rashi you are. And you should see it from the both. You should see these transits from the lagna as well as from the moon sign, and see if both are good, both are bad, one is good, one is bad. One good, one bad is an average result. Both bad is a worst time. Both good is good. However, people who would channelize this energy, people who would fast on Navratri, people who would keep their mind focused, meditation, Durga sadhanas, Nursing Bhagwan sadhanas, and someone who's present on the Bhuloka, who's there to help you, Hanumanji, are the deities that you have to pray in these 32 days or 37 days approximately. But this time around 1st, 2nd, 3rd of March, and then around 6th of March to 18th of March is the time that you need to watch out for. Otherwise, we will have issues. We can lose our temper. We can get carried away. You see Afghanistan and Pakistan. Pakistan has Aries rising. The aggression at geopolitical level, I'm saying this. But at the same time, let me now share my screen and tell you about each lagna, each rashi, and see how this is going to affect each one of you. Do remember one thing, that it's the dasha that matters a lot. If you're going through good dasha, you'll just have mental turmoils. You'll just say something to someone, you'll feel hurt, he'll or she'll feel hurt, and then we close the chapter. But if your dasha is not good, then the practical problems will come. Like there's a fire at the home, fire in the office, your car burning, or you have a small accident, or there is such a hot fiery argument, such a foolish impulsive decision. That's when it will happen, when you have a bad dasha. The dasha is not favorable. If your dasha is good, there'll be little turmoils, little 5-10 minutes of hot discussion, over. That's why we need to check the horoscope in totality all the time. Okay, so let's talk about Aries. If you see in the screen now, Aries, this is happening in the 11th house. 11th house for Aries Lagna and Aries sign is where we have Rahu and Mars. It is not a bad position for Rahu and Mars, I must tell you. There's a blast of energy which is going in your hopes, wishes, and desires. You will have certain desires to travel here, certain desires to straighten things within the family. All you have to do is you don't have to lose your nerve. If you lose your nerve, if you lose your patience, you're going to regret. The most lovable relationships are going to suffer with this combination. You see, 11th house is society, your elder brother, Samaj. Here Mars look at the second house from the fourth aspect, and then Mars looked at the fifth house and the sixth house from the seventh and the eighth aspect, where you can have problem with children, you can have problem with the siblings of your mother. That means relatives. Here in the second house, we've got your family. You need to control your nerve. This house is also sixth from the sixth. So there could be digestion issues, piles. The pitta is going to increase. That means that agni, that fire within your body is going to increase, which can cause pimples on your skin. You can have, you know, problems in your rectum area. But on the same time, this will also open ventures for you to, open income sources. You can have multiple sources of income. You have, money coming from everywhere in this period. And that's a great advantage. All you should do is do all the 9 fastings of Navratri. Do not speak louder. Do not speak aggressively. Take care of your, issues or disputes in a very, very elegant way. Try to solve things amicably. That's it. And the time will pass. When it comes to Taurus Lagna or Taurus rising, this happens in the 10th house. Mars is unfavorable planet for Taurus and Rahu is favorable. At work, in the 10th house, you can get great opportunities. But on the same time, watch out for your dasha. Is it a good dasha or a bad dasha? Any opportunity that you think is great may not be a great opportunity. It might be a trap. And it is a trap if your dasha is not good. It will be an absolute great opportunity if your dasha is good. How simple is to rule out? So, control your nerve. Do not get into heated conversation with your bosses, with your colleagues, at your workplace. Do not buy any property impulsively. If you think there's little bit of if and but in buying a property or a vehicle, stop. You can wait till first week of April, can't you? Why there's so much of hurry? Hang in there. Be very careful with your relationship with father and mother. Be careful with your relationship with children. You can have disputes with them. They can disagree to a lot of things that you're trying to tell them. On the same time, control your temperament. Mars here is like fully charged looking at your lagna. You will feel impulsive, short-tempered all the time. You'll think that I'll control. But within minutes, you'll lose the control and you'll regret. That's where you have to be very careful if you're Taurus Lagna. If you are a Gemini, Lagna or a moon sign, this happens in your 9th house. Watch out for your expenses. You will invest somewhere where you'll feel that you'll get great results and you won't. Mars is not favorable here. Rahu is. And you see, around 17th, 18th of March, you'll have 6 planets in your Bhagyasthana. That is where you will get opportunity to go abroad or travel abroad. You'll see this Gemini people will have a lot of travel in these 1.5, months. Going abroad, coming to India, again going abroad, coming back to India. You would have said, okay, I was planned for 5 weeks from A destination to B destination, but I have traveled 3 times between A to B for no reason. Or there could be reason, in fact. That's where you'll see a lot of travel. Keep doing your Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Durga Sadhana. And before you start your day, before you end your day, either read or listen to Narsing Kavach. Or you can even do Narsing Aarti. Very important for you. I'm not saying that you should not travel. You can travel, but be careful. On the same time, you have to watch your tongue because Mars looks at your third house. It's going to give you a lot of aggression when you speak. On the same time, be very careful with your relationships with your mother. Don't drive fast. See, fourth house is comforts, vehicle. You got to be very careful with fires at home. If you don't have fire extinguishers, and this is for every lagna, if you don't have any fire extinguishers or measurements to control fire at home or office, please get them. If they have expired, they don't have that pressure, that gauge is in the red, it's not in the green, get it refilled. Get them refilled, please. Because when Mars looks at fourth house, especially between 6th of March to 18th of March, that's where Mars wants to bring fire. Be very, very careful here. For Cancer, it happens in the 8th house. 8th house is where you have unexpected diseases coming in your life. It's like defame. You'll communicate something because of which you'll be defamed. Watch your communication. Watch your relationships with elder siblings. Watch your relationships with your neighbors. Unwanted fight with the neighbors is on the card. Cancer Lagna and Cancer Moon sign. You got to be careful with what you eat, with your digestion. You can have problems in rectum area. You can have problems in reproductive area. Meditate. Do dhyana. Fast on the Durga Navratris. Very, very important. Keep yourself calm and composed. Speak less. Do not get into conversations. The more you get into conversations, the chances of you being defamed is going to be more. Because from here, Mars looks at both second and the third house. Watch your tongue. Just control your tongue. Otherwise, it's going to be, although Mars is favorable here, not Rahu. So it can keep you in illusion. You'll think you are right, but you may not be right. That's where the problem will come. For Singh Lagna or Singh Leo moon sign, you have Shani's Ashtam Dahiya going on, ladies and gentlemen, if you're, Leo moon sign, but this happens in your 7th house. Very, very critical period for your married life. Just control your nerve. I mean, you people are married for so long, you love each other, you had moments of your life, you have children. Why can't you control for 32 days? Why can't you ignore small mistakes? Why can't you just let it go? Why can't you stop yourself from getting into an argument? Control your temperament. Walk away. Walking away is the victory. It's not loss. Do not sign any partnership agreements at this point of time. Be very careful at your work. No impulsiveness with bosses. Mars looks at the 10th house from the 4th aspect. Watch what you eat. No spicy food, no junk food. Control your alcohol and smoking intake. It's going to give you troubles. However, it can increase your daily income. There's no doubt about it. But your relationships, especially your married life, your partnerships can take a U-turn. It can take a problem. For Virgo, it happens in the sixth house. Mars and Rahu, both of them are superb in the sixth house. I mean, if you have an enemy and he was troubling you, you are going to give him back. But don't overdo it. Don't overdo it, please, because this combination is like, one on one. And if you overdo things, I mean, Mars here looks at your ninth house. Mars looks at the 12th house. You can be jailed. You can have legal issues coming your way. It's like that one strong punch and the person died. Don't do that. Hold your nerve. Don't fight. If you have a litigation going on, it will be favorable for you. You may win if you are right. You can aggressively take certain steps of negotiation with your lawyers or with the opposite party. This is a good time. You will get opportunity to travel, but don't drive fast, don't take risk. Control your anger because Mars looks at your lagna. Control your sex drive. You can get into certain extramarital or certain relationships that you know we call them unethical. Don't get into those relationships. I mean, illicit relationship is a disrespect, but I would say control your libido. That's something very, very important. Be very careful with your digestion. Do not eat spicy. Do not overdrink. Do not oversmoke. Sixth house is where you get those bacterial infections in your stomach. And when you have that Mars Rahu, that Agni is at the highest level, have a lot of milk if you want to have. Have something, which is like a buttermilk. Have that routine for 32, 37 days. Calm your stomach. Eat less. Do not eat after the sunset. That's the message. The prayers are Hanumanji sadhana. Do Hanuman Chalisa. Read Hanuman Bahuk in the evening. Read Durga Chalisa and you will be protected. Fast on the Navratris. For Tula, Libra, it happens in the fifth house. Love, romance. You can have a breakup, a bad breakup. You can have a problem in college, in your educational institute. You can have problem with your children. You can have losses in stocks just because of some impulsive buying and selling. That's where you have to stop yourself. You see, whenever this axis happens in fifth and 11th house, you will see an impulse buy or an impulse selling. Don't do that. Your relationship with children, your relationship with your love life are on the stake for 32 days. Postpone your decisions. Every thought which is coming and trying to break your relationship or trying to give you an anger is a trap of this transit. Stop it. Just control your mind. That's it. On the same time, Mars looks at your eighth house. Accidents, be slow. Mars is not a favorable planet in your horoscope. I must tell you that. Mars looks at 11th house, elder siblings. Be careful. And it again looks at your 12th house, where you will have to be very, very careful with regards to your sexual relationships. Don't overdo. Just let it go. Relax. On the same time, for Scorpio, this happens in the fourth house. Do not, Scorpio Lagna, Scorpio Rashi both, do not get into property disputes. It will be troublesome. Do not get an argument with your mother. Do not drive fast. Do not fight at workplace. Your marriage is also where there could be some arguments which can internally take you very away from your spouse. Because we have this Chandra Grahan also coming. But on the same time, if you're buying a property, it's ethical, no fights, it's an opportunity as well. You can buy a luxurious property. Mars, Sun, Rahu, Venus, superb here in fourth house is absolutely stunning. You can get a deal that you have never thought of. A dream deal is on the cards, but don't be impulsive. Do not get into any disputes with property dealers or something. No. Sit. Don't lose your calm. Do it amicably. It will be good. For Sagittarius Lagna or moon sign, you're already having Chaturth Daya of Shani. If you have moon in, you know, Sagittarius, this happens in your third house. You've got to be careful with your communication. Your communication is going to give you troubles. However, Rahu and Mars are both superb in the third house. They give you that bouncing back ability. They give you that ability to earn money, to start something new and get successful. But at the same time, it can get you in disputes. It can have problem with your guru, with your teacher, with your bosses. You 100% can get into a dispute with your bosses, with your teachers, with your father. There can be a mega dispute at your workplace. So all you have to do is be little low profile. Keep working hard. If something comes up, take it with lot of patience because this time you will be so aggressive that you are going to regret on your aggression, which is a very, very bad regret. Don't be aggressive. Control your sex drive, control your libido. Do not get into some proposals or some physical proposals. You will be in trouble. Trust me, because this is here, Mars is carrying the energy of the Grahan. So be careful. Grahan means that you will be defamed. So it's a little scary situation here. Even though Mars is a good planet for you, but still here, if you lose your temper, I mean, you know, lose your mind, you're going to be in trouble, a big trouble. For Capricorn, it happens in the second house, your family, your money, your assets. No big decision for your assets. If you have money, keep it with you. Invest after 10th of April. Let it pass. Let it go. What and watch what you eat. Your eating can take you to the hospital. Your relationship with children, your relationship with in-laws, your relationship with bosses are going to suffer. Be watchful. Be careful. Here, I've seen that you were communicating right, but the way you were communicating something will be taken into the account. And that will have aggression. That will be a scenario where people will start blaming on you, even if you were right. You will get opportunities, parties. You have Holi coming. Do not overeat. Do not have alcohol that day. Mars is not favorable here. Rahu is okay, but you see, it's Mars crossing that degree here first and giving you something that you've not expected. A small accident because Mars directly looks at your eighth house. Do not drink and drive. Have a very, very easy, calm, and composed, holy. Because when you have these combinations in the second house, you see the tragedies happen on festivals. Be very careful with regards to that and do fast. Especially when you have Ekadashis, fast on Ekadashis when Mars is not favorable. Fast on Navratris. Do Narsing Puja. Do Narsing Aarti every day. Read Narsing Kavach. Pray to Hanumanji every day. That's it. For Aquarius, Lagna or moon sign, it happens in the Lagna itself. You need to control your temperament. Don't bang your head into the walls. This is a little critical situation. At your home, do not fight with your mother. Do not fight with your spouse. Do not fight with your in laws. If you have any dispute, postpone it. And you'll not regret the decision of postponing any dispute at this point of time. You see, here, Mars and Rahu both are very, very strong, and it's going to make you very, very strong headed. That's not a good idea, especially when you have the energy of eclipse. And next month, when Mars goes on your Saturn, be very careful with diseases. You see, whenever Mars is over the Saturn, there are epidemics, there are diseases that you've never heard of that comes your way. And this is what I'm saying is at universal level also. Whenever Mars transit over Saturn, it's like a lot of diseases that comes, unexpected viruses. I'm going to make a separate video on this, but for you, being you had Grahan in the Lagna, you got to be watchful with property dealings, you got to be watchful with partnerships with your spouse, with your in-laws. Be very careful here. But Aquarius Lagna people are mentally strong, I must tell you that. They are within themselves. They don't poke nose in anybody's life. That's their strength. If you keep this promise of not getting into any conversation which can make you feel regret, just be what Aquarius is. Trust me, Aquarius can handle this very well. Aquarius does not like anyone to interfere, neither Aquarius want to interfere. Keep that promise with you, you'll be fine. For Pisces, moon sign and Lagna, you are in Saraswati, you know that. It happens in your 12th house, investments will go wrong. Sexual relationships will go wrong. Be very careful. When you're giving money or borrowing money, lending money, or you are investing or buying shares or thinking of starting some portfolio, it's not the right time. It's not the right time for your married life, your partnerships, your relationships. It can give you troubles with your siblings, especially your younger brother. Be very careful here. See, 12th house, Mars and Rahu is where there is blast of libido. It is where, those sexual pleasures become scandals. It is where a very fruitful looking investment becomes the worst decision of your life. Especially between 6th of March to 18th of March, you need to be very, very careful with your investments. The best thing that you can do is Durga Sadhana here. Just pray to Hanumanji all the time. Om Hanumate Nama is the mantra for you when you have this in the 12th house. So I hope you understood all the lagnas, all the sign. No transit is, very, very difficult. Difficult is our mind, that how much you take. Even if it is negative, if your mind is positive, the potency of that transit just goes very down. Doesn't affect you much. That's the difference between a good dasha and a bad dasha. I'll come up with another video. Till then, Hare Krishna, Har Har Mahadev. Thank you very much. Har Har Mahadev.